Yeah, and it's amazing. I find that with the lack of awareness, sometimes don't know that you're not healthy. So I think, some folks need tips on how to recognize when you're not healthy, what things are not healthy. For example, not breathing, breathing too shallow, certain uh, signals from your body that, we tend to get used to and don't associate with illness or disease when your body is really crying out for help. So maybe a few tips would be useful for some of the students to recognize when they need to make change or create space, as you say.
Well, you said something that's really important, and I've done that in my writing. I think it's one of the lessons in the Feeling Good Matters where I had said, use your body as feedback.
Yeah.
And you just said something when your body has that little tweak. Your body is a beautiful creation that you've created, and it's created based on the flow of how your channels flow in your physical body. Let's just say that. And that's also dictated by your mind. So we have all these channels. So first, let's say, what do we have to become aware of these channels. So before I give the tips, awareness is really what we need to really be looking at. And so, what we have with awareness, what is that awareness that we have? Awareness means it's really our conscious attention of thoughts or objects, whether they're internal or external. So, we have to have the conscious attention. So, again, we have to be slowing down, right? And we can do that with breath, relaxed to have that awareness. And then we have to be aware that we're not relaxed. So, awareness implies that a person knows. So, this is the key here. They know that their attention is at a particular place or a train of thought. So, when you're sitting down in meditation and you're aware that your mind has gone off on some subject that you didn't even know it was there, it's already into a story. When, wait a minute, I was just starting working with my breath. So, some tips that are really practical in how we can really work with all of this and the tension is first, use your body as feedback. Where are you tense in your body? Just, even if just doing some shoulder rolls,
Yeah,
doing
I
some,
can tell you that that took some practice too, So going with, for example, your 61 point meditation, at first you're just kind of going through the motions
sure,
without the awareness, right? And then
that's right.
it starts getting more, you get that muscle memory, that mental memory. I'm like, oh, wow, yeah, I wasn't aware that there was tension in there, and it took me several tries to figure out and to understand and learn how to recognize when there is tension because the tension was there for so long that it felt normal.
Well, it's interesting. You took 61 as a point to point practice that I've taught. That's an advanced practice, actually. It's a concentration practice. But even a step before that is I do a practice called squeeze and release. So, like if you were just to squeeze your arm and release, and then squeeze your other arm and just release, that starts to allow you to start feeling the flow. Again, remember I said there are energy channels where a bunch of energy channels. And when those energy channels get blocked, that's where with that blocking is tension. And that tension creates when that starts, that's how the disease process starts because it's blocked the intelligence, the flow of intelligence through your organism, through your body. So it's no surprise of how it really happens. And when you have this knowledge, what's so amazing is life is not a big surprise. There are surprises that come along, but not so much. It's more of a mystery rather than a surprise or a shock. Look, if you keep eating ice cream, and I say this because that's what I was doing, you're bringing so much cold into the body. Well, of course, you're going to have digestive problems. So pay attention to your body. Use your body as feedback is probably one of the keys. So every morning when I get up, I have a little routine that I do that gets the body prepared for mobilization. You know, just ankle rolls are amazing when you do an ankle roll. You start feeling the space in your ankles because the joints are where your space. Remember, that's like a synaptic junction. We have synapses in our brain. Well, our joints are where the energy can flow through to the limb. So we want to keep those joints lubricated. We want to keep them happy, healthy, free of tension. One of the first places people start to break down their vital energy and their vitality is you see it in the knees. That's a subject for another day, but you could see it in the knees. The knees begin to weaken when that flow gets disrupted. Now, you may have an injury. You ski, you rip your meniscus, or you run, you rip your meniscus. That's a little bit different. But remember, that knee is a portal for energy to flow, so you have to get it healed. And so the points that we really need to do to be aware of our tension is just take your body, do your shoulder rolls, do waist rolls, your hip rotations, and just do anything that's rotated in a circular fashion, and you'll start to get that flow of vitality or that chi going, and then your awareness will start to pick up. It works both ways, and get your body moving
Sure.
with consciousness, being aware. And you could be aware, just bring everything to the breath while you're moving, and there you go. You spontaneously it'll happen for yourself. There's no classes you necessarily need to go to how to do it. Just breathe.
Yeah, yeah, that flow, is, like in feng shui, when you're not flowing, that creates stagnation, and that
Right.
stagnation then reduces your awareness of it. So, one of the things I picked up from your book too, and you always say, part of my routine is, to put a little oil on my feet and massage them a little bit. That wakes them up and creates flow just in there. And in the winter here, it's been a little cold, so my feet have been getting cold. So, right after the infrared sauna or the hot tub, I like to put a little oil on the feet and on my knees too, because sometimes they hurt. But just exploring, massaging, twisting, turning, doing the sun salutations, it's amazing when you synchronize with the breath how awakened you feel afterwards.
Yeah, it's all in the breath.